What's up, agents? Whether you are stepping into DC for the first time or you're a returning agent looking to sharpen your edge, today we're breaking down the top 10 tips and tricks that help you survive, thrive, and dominate in Division 2. Let's dive in. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start off with tip number 10. This game that you have to realize, guys, is this game isn't Call of Duty, right? Where the biggest thing is you need to use your cover, right? Maximize cover usage, right? Staying in cover isn't optional, it's survival. Always move from cover to cover, use the environment, cars, corners, walls, and avoid open areas unless you're absolutely sure it's safe, right? For instance, right? You can, whatever keep on yours is minus space, but that's cover to cover movement, cover to cover movement. This is a very strong mechanic that works really well in combat to keep you safe. You want to avoid running in the open like this, but if you are going to run like this, it's best to run from cover to cover. Don't forget to use your roll. Next up, tip number 9, mod your gear early, right? What that means is you need to constantly be upgrading your gear as early into the game as you can, whether you're level 1 or on the base game or you're level 1 on your Shade Watch, right? After completing the New York's Warlock expansion, right? Mods can make a huge difference even in the early game. Focus on stability, accuracy, and skill cooldowns. Stack mods that fill your playstyle, and don't sleep on skill haste. Faster drones equal more pressure, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and go over my build, right? So this right here is my Dark Winter build, aka my Lady Death build. I use it for both, right? This build, right, is max everything, optimized everything, right? You want to find a build that works for you. Mine is a DPS build, right? You got skill builds, you have tank builds. Find the build that works for you early on, and then build off that as you progress for the levels, whether it be level 1 to level 30, or it be Shade Watch level 1, right? There's a very big defining difference between each build, but that's definitely what I would recommend. Build your builds early, right? Tip number 8, dismantle, don't sell at first, right? So what that means, right? Don't be going to your traders, right? Just selling all the gear you pick up, guys, right? Early game, dismantle your junk instead of selling it, right? You'll need crafting materials way more than credits early on. Once you're sitting on a pile of mats, then start selling extras for cash, right? So you want to keep all you want to get all this shit, rack it up, right? Because you need these for your weekly quests, like your weekly projects, right? And then you'll have to craft some things. A lot of your attachments have to get crafted, right? So there's a lot of things that you don't want to just get rid of. You want to keep optimizing. You need resources. You need for your expertise system. You need, like, there's a lot of stuff that you're going to need this stuff for. So you just want to save up as much as you can instead of selling it for credits. Control points are 3 loot farms, right? You should be doing all your control points early on into a wipe. Not a wipe. You know what I mean. Into the game, right? So you want to farm those control points. Clearing control points gives you access to supply rooms, but there's a trick. Wait until you're a higher level before clearing too many. To the loot inside scales to your level. Don't waste those sweet purples at level 4, right? So once you get about level, my go-to is level 10, level 15. That's when I start knocking those out, getting through them, right? Start getting that better gear. Tip number 6: upgrade the quartermaster ASAP. Quartermaster at the White House lets you unlock skill variants and perks. Prioritize things like armor kits, inventory space, and the turret or drone skills. Trust me, they'll carry you in early grind, right? If you're a solo player, you don't play by yourself, definitely get to invest in the Reviver Hive as well, right? But these are the things you want to invest in. You want to max out your quartermaster as soon as you can to help you in the longevity so you can be hitting hard like some of these. That's what I was doing. I was at this control point for a reason. Right. So now we're gonna move on to tip number 5: synergize skills with your build. Don't don't pick any random skill, right? Running a tanky build, go with the shield and chem watcher, right? Prefer long range, pick up pulse and sniper turret. Match your gadgets to how you play, not just what cools, right? So if you know you die a lot, right, bring the revive hive, right? Bring those things to help you in your game based on your build. Those are definitely crucial, important things that you should be focused on. All right. Tip number 4. Optimize your inventory, right? Keep it clean, agents. Use the mark as junk feature and regularly deconstruct, sell. Also, don't hoard gear 10 levels below you, right? Instead, wait. Keep only what benefits your current build or as perfect rolls, right? I don't keep a lot of gear on my character itself. I usually keep anything that I'm collecting, it stays in my stash, or if it's another build that I have, it stays in my stash. I try not to bring too many builds or anything like that with me. I'll keep like maybe a few odds and pieces that I really like to swap in and out of my build, depending on what I'm doing. But for the most part, you want to avoid carrying a lot of stuff, especially at the lower levels. Later levels, right, when you're a Shade Watch, right, it really doesn't matter too much. Your loot kind of stays stagnant for a while, right? Learn enemy archetypes. Every faction has its own tactics. Rikers rush, Hyenas flank, True Sons use suppressive fire. Learning their patterns help you counter faster and keeps you alive longer. Always take out snipers and RC cars first, right? So, you know, if you play this game enough, right, this is more for the experienced players, right? For the experienced players, you want to, and even beginning players is a good thing for you, is you want to know who to target in a fight first, right? So when you're targeting the fight, you want to, the ones that spawn drones, right? Or the RC cars, or those type of things that come at you and blow up, want to take those out first, right? Just like the grenaders or the snipers, those are the ones that are really going to be an issue for you. Take them out first, right? Also, understand that your positioning, right? You don't want to, like, some will flank you, right? So hyenas flank you. You don't want to be in the position to get flanked by a hyena. No, tip number 2. Time your side missions. There is a lot of side missions in this game. I know everybody wants to just run through them, right? Main missions are great, but side missions give you XP, shade tech, and skill unlocks. Time them to hit right before leveling up, so you get the best gear drops possible from the rewards, right? So, for instance, right, when you're, I get to loot it again. It's crazy. Okay, that's a great bug. So, when you are about to level up, that's when you want.
We've got plenty to go around. Good thing you didn't have any more supplies for us. I don't think I'd have anywhere to put them.
You want to time them just right, so that way you level up and you get better gear from that level up, right? You want to do it kind of like, but instead of going and doing your main missions, right? That's the biggest thing. Now, tip number 1. This is probably my best tip, right? Is use the dark zone wisely. Yeah, it's chaotic. Yeah, you might get ganked. You might run into rogues. You might find yourself in a situation where you're just getting steamrolled by really good players, right? But the dark zone has some of the best loot in the game. Being one of the best SMGs in my opinion, the Dark Winter, right? Also one of the best, one of my personal favorite exotics in the game, the Pestilence, is also in the Dark Zone. So the only way to get those 2 items is rather you're going to get them through the Dark Zone, or you're going to get them from your exotic caches, which is not a guaranteed, right? So if you kind of want to get those type of things, right? Just like the Eagle Bear is locked behind the the Rage, right? Locked behind these, right? You got exotics locked behind these. Like, so you got exotics locked behind certain things because they're really good in the game. The Dark Winter is one of those things that it's a named gun. It's locked behind the Dark Zone, right? So use the Dark Zone, right? And check for contaminated gear. That stuff is gold, right? Use the extractions, right? But be smart with it, right? Don't set yourself in a position where you can get ganked by players. Now there you have it, agents. 10 tips to help you become a top tier Division 2 player. If you found this helpful, drop a like, subscribe for more tactical content, and sound off in the comments with your best tips. Stay sharp out there. If you want to see more videos like this, please let me know. Let me know what you want to see. And as always, guys, stay awesome. Have a good one.